big question here. Are we sitting on complacency about the global slowdown and the Euro mess? I want to talk to the guys here because we're in a seasonally strong period of the market, right? Rally could continue. We continue to shake off the Euro mess. And it seems like the market is pricing in the middle scenario. No implosion, but no great strides forward either. And there's always the chance that this Friday at the big EU summit, they get nothing done. What do you think, Kev?
Well, you know, I've been thinking that the market is going to head sideways, but I think there is a greater chance that the market breaks out to the upside. You are right now just under the 200-day moving average on the S&P, right around 1260. If we can get through that 1260 area, I think there's a real chance of getting to 1325, and that is a long-standing downward trend line from the highs of '07 to the highs that we saw in May of this year. What's interesting, though, and the reason why I'm thinking that there's a greater chance of the market breaking out to the upside as opposed to going down, is that when you look at the coordinated intervention by the central banks last week, it's become very clear that the world is not going to allow Europe to fall apart. Who knows what shape this is going to take? Is it going to be Eurobonds? Is it going to be something else? But it is very clear, since we are so interconnected with all of our trade, something of real magnitude, something serious is going to happen. They're going to finally get this mess in Europe figured out, and I think that that is going to bode well for the market because, I don't want to keep on going on, but since this European crisis started 2.5 years ago, the market is up about 18%, so we have compartmentalized.
It's scary everything. How much I completely agree with you. And I just want to point out the big upward thrusts in the market. October 27th, 2 last week, 1 today. These are not the bear market thrusts. Right. These are, you know, if you're underinvested, you're short. Right. Steve.
Sorry, did you ask him to do a 30-day forecast, or did you ask him to take, or did you ask him to take 30 days?
This was a 10-year outlook
to explain what is going on. I just want to make sure I understand the question, but I actually happen to agree. I've been shifting that direction. My article from last week, kind of putting out. I think the odds are greater that they do come to a solution. I think there's going to be kind of a shock and awe campaign of their own this week as they roll out plan after plan. And here again, it's not about will these plans actually work. It's going to take people time to really assemble that. It is about, is there real commitment? Does it look like there's real commitment to try and solve this problem, which I think things are moving in that direction? And if so, the market will rally, because also, if you took Europe off the table, the U.S. market would be worth S&P 500, 1,400 to 1,500 right now, based upon the fundamentals. So we're kind of being held down by Europe. You take that problem off the table for a little while, we start flying higher.
Right. Shiraz, it seems like Merkel will continue to stand tough against the Eurobond concept. And she's warning us, hey, this is going to take years to solve. Has the market fully priced that in, or are we getting complacent and subject to a shock here in the next 30 days?
No, I think the market is buying into that outlook. The market right now is pricing in that on Friday, the German and French will come out and provide us with this framework and roadmap for how they would coordinate and integrate the budgetary and the fiscal policies. And it'll be that roadmap, which will be a long-term process requiring treaty ratifications and referendums and the whole enchilada, that will provide the ECB with the cover to start buying a ton of these Italian and Spanish bonds. Now, there is a risk...
Without monetizing the debt.
Without monetizing. There is the risk that the Friday summit may prove to be underwhelming. So in the long run, meaning the next 3-4 weeks, the outlook remains quite positive, but I wouldn't rule out that in the next 2-3 days, we may not get an outcome from the summit that the market seems to be looking forward to.
We're well used to the idea that they have a meeting and nothing gets done.
That's right.
So, all right, guys, we're going to be back in segment 3 with stock picks.